Let's be honest, folks, we love a good conspiracy theory, especially if it involves shadowy organizations and powerful figures. It's like a real-life episode of The X-Files, only with less government cover-ups and way more internet comments. And when it comes to conspiracy theories, none loom larger than the Illuminati. This supposed cabal of elites pulling the strings from the shadows has been blamed for everything from the French Revolution to the price of tea in China. But here's the thing about conspiracy theories. They're way more fun if you don't examine them too closely. Because the moment you start asking for evidence, the whole thing tends to unravel faster than a cheap suit at a casino. And yet, we can't seem to help ourselves. We love to connect the dots, even if those dots are just random events held together by the flimsiest of threads. Which brings us to, of course, Donald Trump. Picture this. It's January 2025 and Donald Trump is being sworn in for another term as President of the United States. Confetti is falling, crowds are cheering, and Eric Trump is standing beside his father, looking like he just accidentally wandered onto the set of a political thriller, and then it happens. Eric raises his hand, fingers formed in a perfect triangle. The internet, of course, exploded. Was this a subtle signal to his Illuminati overlords? A secret handshake for the global elite? Or maybe, just maybe, Eric was trying to remember what number comes after 2. We may never know for sure. But one thing is certain, the incident launched 1,000 conspiracy theories, each more outlandish than the last. Now, Eric Trump isn't the only one who's raised eyebrows with their supposed Illuminati connections. Back in the heady days of 2016, Green Day frontman Billie Joe Armstrong had some choice words for then-candidate Donald Trump. "Wake me up when it's over," he sang, presumably referring to the election. But then he took things a step further, calling Trump a fascist and suggesting he might be an Illuminati puppet. Now, to be fair, Billie Joe Armstrong is a punk rocker, not a political analyst. And let's not forget, this is a man who once wrote a song about masturbation called Longview. So his comments should probably be taken with a grain of salt or perhaps an entire shaker. But still, the seed of doubt had been planted. Could there be something more to Trump's rise to power than meets the eye? Section 4. The card game that predicted everything, or did it? And then, of course, there's the Illuminati New World Order card game. This 1994 card game, intended as satire, has gained a cult following for its eerily accurate depictions of real-world events. From the 9/11 attacks to the COVID-19 pandemic, the game seems to have predicted it all. And yes, there's even a card depicting Donald Trump as president. Now, before you run out and buy a deck of these cards, thinking you've stumbled onto the secret to predicting the future, let's remember a few things. Firstly, correlation does not equal causation. Just because an event depicted in a satirical card game happened in real life doesn't mean the two are connected. And secondly, the game has been around for almost 30 years. That's a lot of time for random events to align with the cards. Section 5. The evidence. About as solid as a house of cards. So, after all this talk of hand gestures, punk rock prophecies, and card games, you might be wondering, where's the evidence? Where's the smoking gun that definitively links Donald Trump to the Illuminati? Well, here's the thing. There isn't any. Despite the endless speculation and conspiracy theories, there's not a single shred of credible evidence to suggest that Donald Trump is a member of the Illuminati, or any other secret society for that matter. Section 6. Why we love to connect the dots, even when they don't exist. So why do we do it? Why do we cling to these outlandish theories, even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary? Perhaps it's because we crave order in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. Maybe we find comfort in believing that someone, somewhere, is in control, even if those someones are a group of shadowy elites meeting in secret to decide the fate of the world. Or maybe, just maybe, we're all just a little bit bored.